January 2022. The season never ends. Right here where I am in west central Wisconsin, our season has ended. Now there are many parts within the state of Wisconsin where they can go until the 31st of January here. But we're out here on one of our properties, not my main property, my proving grounds, but I'm here on what I call the Lower 40 farm. It's a 40 that butts up to the main farm of our family farm, and I'm out here doing some hinge cutting again. We started in here in 2019. We've been slowly progressing. It's an area that I haven't hunted that heavy in recent years. Up until recent years, I'm sorry. In the past, we hunted it sparingly. We had a big storm come through here about 20 years ago or so, and this was all big timber in here. This is all successional growth now. We're about going into the 21st year here, and things are just right. It's really opening up in here. You can stand out here on the edge of the field behind me, and you can see all the way to the swamp. And we've been in here now since the winter of 2019, creating some hinge cut pockets in here. We're creating them big enough so we can get enough light down in there to promote successional growth, regeneration, be it forbs, woody browse, what have you. We're getting that woody browse down on the ground. The deer have been in here like crazy. Some of you have followed me in my past live videos on Instagram and Facebook. You know that the deer are in this Lower 40 farm. We're here mostly to shoot does. We're trying to stack these does as close to the clover and alfalfa as we possibly can. But the bucks do travel that swamp edge north and south. Therefore, we have that little kill plot down in there. And sneak in behind my parents' house off the east line fence and quick right up into that stand on the right wind. Mostly in a west or a southwest wind, blowing it back out over the neighbors. I found this past year on a northwest wind, you would think that it sets up right, but it's just low enough, and that cold swamp water, what have you, it sucks that air back in and it swirls back in to the deer cover. So we want to be hunting that particular stand location on a direct west or southwest wind. We may be able to get away with it on a south wind, but I don't really want to, because there is a little island, I call it a hogsback, that runs through the middle of that swamp, and it's a good deer bedding location, bucks and does. It's not very wide here, but the bucks do layer close to that swamp edge. If we can edge feather this field edge, which we are doing, we can stack does and fawns a little closer to the edge of that field. Now, this is an ag field. This is a farm field, production agriculture. My brother is out here quite a bit, especially late into the fall, especially if this is corn or soybeans out here. But he does have cattle to feed, ladies and gentlemen. We're giving these deer a layer of protection away from the field. He has literally sat on the tractor in some of the past edge feathering areas that we have created here, and literally watch does and fawns sit there and look at him while he's driving by, still in their beds. Big bucks won't tolerate that. That is the truth. We have found that out in the past. But we're giving these deer a reason to want to be here. We're thickening this up. Again, I can stand right here through an area back behind the camera that hasn't been hinge cut. It's 20 years plus successional growth, and I can see well over 100 yards. I don't want that in this particular wood setting. So therefore, we have the right species of trees. We've got a lot of elm. We've got a lot of soft maple. We've got a lot of cherry in here. Some birch, some hickory, and some box elder. They hinge cut really well. It's a little warmer out here. We are mid-January, but we've had a little bit of a warm spell. It's been up over 40 degrees in this particular area of Wisconsin for the last 2 days. This is a perfect time to be out in hinge cut when temperatures are above 32 degrees. That sap's not frozen in these softer woods. Harder woods like elm and stuff too, but I prefer to be hinge cutting when it's above 32. I like to ideally be hinge cutting when it's above 35 for at least 2 days and then continual warmth after that. But ideally, I will be out here hinge cutting quite a bit come that first warm spell toward the end of February through March. But that's what we're doing here on the Lower 40 farm. We're trying to complete this edge feathering. We've got some stand setup locations that we're excited about for east winds. We're just trying to enhance them, enhance those travel corridors, make those funnels where they come out into the clover and alfalfa, a little bit of staging areas back behind the stands. They're not going to be big trees, but there's enough of a group of trees where it's going to break up our outline really well when we're sitting in there on those east winds. And I think we can at least take some does off of here for my brother, and that's the main objective when we're hunting my brother's farm, is we're here to harvest does, manage the population, because they do destroy crops. And that's all we're trying to do here. No, we're not trying to really attract more deer into him, as he may think. My brother does not hunt. He doesn't understand what we're trying to do here. We're trying to give ourselves an option, or an opportunity, if you will, to harvest those deer before they enter the ag fields and do any more significant damage than they've already done. I love doing this kind of work. I don't suggest that you go out and start hinge cutting if you don't know what you're doing, firing up a chainsaw. This is a dangerous process, people. Please use caution. Seek out a professional such as myself, a professional logger. There are many people in the industry that do this for a service. I'm one of them. You can contact me. You can find my contact information in the description following this video. As always, thanks for following me. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the like button on this video and share it if you find it interesting and it resonates with you. Share it with your friends. It may be a fit for your property. It's not a fit for every property. I want to make that disclaimer. Hinge cutting is not a fit for every property. It is a tool in the toolbox, but you have to decipher whether hinge cutting is right for your property or not. Here it is. I don't recommend it for every property I go to. Some may think that, but I really don't care what you think. It works here, and I'm going to continue to do it. I am a professional. I do know what I'm doing. I'm here to help you accomplish the goals and dreams that you have with your property. I'm here for you. All you got to do is reach out, send a message, comment on this video. I try to reply to every comment on the videos that are left on my videos. So thanks for following along. Without you, none of this was possible. Again, Ryan Nordahl, Epic Whitetail Habitat, LLC.